I've got this single seat swing arm. It's never had the rear sets fitted to it. Has had some modifications. The piece that holds the guard has been cut off, so I need to replace that. It's not in great condition, but it will clean up. I'm quite confident of that. The corrosion's just superficial. The big problem is the bushes, so I need to change the bushes, which means this crap here is going to have to be turned into something to brace these parts here, because when I come to push the bushes out, it can push these two pieces in, which then splays the arm. Then I will be putting heat on it and things like that. I did think about actually welding a piece across, but it's so thin, the material, there's a really good chance that one, you could actually weld to the bush, and two, that you can actually damage the material, and it's so thin you're just going to end up fracturing it, so I'm not going to do that. Just as an FYI, I also found this. This came off a pit bike. It's an old moped type, so it did have the pedals, but that's been welded up. Rather oddly, if you can see, this part's been splayed out, and it took me a while to figure out why they'd done that, but the reason was because it had the original moped gear set, right, and in trying to remove that, and I don't know what they were trying to do, but anyway, they've ended up bending this piece, and I don't know if you can see, it actually curves in this direction. So I'm not happy with this piece. I'm not even happy, to be honest, to sell it. There's a lot of scarring here where the old rear sets were, and I'm a bit nervous that they may fracture if somebody were to buy this off me. Same on this side. You know, it's been welded up here, presumably for strength, but that's never a good idea because you end up trapping moisture in here. So just have new bushes, strangely enough. So the guy, whoever did this, obviously had good thoughts in mind, but I'm not particularly happy. So this will be I don't know what I'll do with this. I'll probably just cut it up for parts or something, I don't know. Anyway, so this is about changing these bushes, right, how we can do that without actually breaking the thing. That's it made. So it's two pieces. The bottom piece is the important bit. That's the bit that's going to keep these two things apart. Top piece is just a cap, just a loose fitting cap. You could, if you wanted to, you know, put pieces down here and make it a bit tighter. I'll just give it a try first and see how we get on. So I'll just take it apart just to show you what the various bits are. So they're the various parts. We've got the cap, as I mentioned. As I say, that's just purely to keep this thing central, because as you can see, it's had to be relieved here and here so we can actually get it on. And then we just bolt it up, yeah. And then this distance here is pretty close to this distance. I've obviously had to give it some clearance, probably about 1 mil, I think. So that will allow a little bit of deformation when we do come to put the squeeze on it. Talking of which, I just noticed that, I don't know if you can see that, but it's had some hammer rash. Obviously this guy, the guy who owned it before me, has been trying to get this cap out by giving it a good old hit. But we'll try and do a little bit better than that. So I'm going to put heat on it. Initially I'll probably use just a propane torch because it's cheaper. I do have an oxyacetylene, a little small oxyacetylene kit, and if I have to I will use that, but I'm going to go initially with the propane torch and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so that's it. So they're both out. One came out complete. The other one just pushed out the insert, and so I had to take the external piece out by itself. So the easiest way to do that is just to cut a slit. You can just see it there. So it just relieves a little bit of the pressure, and then you just heat it and tap it out, and eventually it'll just push out. So I don't have the new bushes to push in. They are on order. I'm not going to attach it to the video. I think you all know how to put bushes in. There will be. I've got to measure these diameters here. Make sure that they're still circular, that they haven't gone oval. There is some chain damage here. I may repair that, but there seems to be still quite a bit of material, so I may not. This hammer rash is worrying because this one is actually turned in a bit, right, and that must have been because the guy's given it a really good hammer. So I will be doing some measurements on this. If this has turned in, what I'll do is I'll build a jig that'll just bend this piece back out again. It won't take a lot of pressure. The jig will go around here, it'll fit all around it, basically to keep the loading off any particular part, and then we'll just give that a little nudge with some heat as well, just to get that back into a line, and that's it.